It is the homemade broadcast. It is episode 558. I'm Will Kuncz. This is on a Hummel here.
Hello, how's it going?
Good. Special Monday edition. We got stuff to do on Wednesday. Radio St. Pete's 1 year anniversary happened. Well, if you're watching now, it's on Wednesday. If you're listening on Radio St. Pete or didn't catch this show live, it happened on this past Wednesday.
Pop quiz.
Boom. Let's do it.
Were my cookies dry?
Were your cookies dry? Survey says. Anna brought over some oatmeal raisin cookies that she made herself.
Homemade. A Christmas gift.
A Christmas
that
gift.
Just got baked today.
That got baked today.
Yeah.
And the question was, were they dry? I did have one.
Yeah.
When you came in here.
Yeah.
Let me tell you this.
Yeah.
Better than a Girl Scout cookie.
Oh,
I could tell you that much.
I got a story for you about that too.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
They look really good. The looks, the way they're shaped, they're thick boys. We should have brought one up to show because they do look like a good cookie, thick.
Yeah.
Almost like a scone. You know? Taste, pretty good. Oatmeal raisin are not my favorite.
They're not a decadent cookie.
No, they're not.
Which I like because then you can eat 6 of them.
It's like when the Depression happened and they're like, I need something sweet. And they're like, we have grain and old grapes. This is all we have. Let's just mix them together, put them in the oven. And people went, okay, that's what we'll do. But I will say pretty good. Were they dry? A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. But I would say, really, Anna, you did a great job.
Thank you. They weren't, listen, the last batch I made, not the last batch, but the last, 6 or so I made, much less dry. But then the boyfriend was like, I like it when they're crispy.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. And so I made them crispy, thinking they'd be all like hard on the outside and like crunch and like soft on the inside. But oatmeal raisins, like they don't work like that. They don't work like a chocolate chip, like a sugar cookie. And so I was just like, God. But it's fine. We're good.
So did you find out, because they were very fluffy, did you find out what would make them crispy?
I just left them in the oven for longer.
I think if you put like baking soda or baking powder, it can make them more crispy or less crispy if you fluctuate those ingredients around.
I think it's just because I left them in the oven longer on purpose to crisp up the outside.
I see.
So yeah, I guess it dried it out a little bit. No problem. Glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah, thanks. I got a few more for tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. I'll eat up for breakfast. That's like a cookie that you can't eat for breakfast and you won't feel bad.
Right.
Yourself.
Yeah. I'm coming around to oatmeal raisin because usually they're just like, oh, I thought that was a chocolate chip. It's a fruit. But I'm coming around to it with my more mature palate these days.
So no chocolate chips in those?
No.
Because sometimes people do add a nice chocolate chip.
Yeah. Again, the boyfriend is like, no, I like oatmeal raisin. I'm like, okay, it's what you asked for. So yeah.
Interesting.
I like baking.
There was, I'm trying to think, I think it was Grandma's brand. You ever heard of Grandma oatmeal raisin cookies?
Nope.
Those were, I've had those quite a bit in my household as a child.
There are a few different flavors, right? They always came in a packet of 2. Is that right? Like 2 bigger ones.
Maybe I'm getting it wrong then. Let me see if I can find. I thought it was Grandma's oatmeal cookies. Is these them? No, I don't think these are them.
That's what I'm thinking of, because they had them in like peanut butter and chocolate.
Well, I know that, they have different flavors. Best oatmeal raisin cookies. Let me see if that helps. In the world. Wow, it's not necessarily Sally's. No, these are just how to make them. All right, never mind. It's not important. God, now it's going to drive me nuts. I wonder if they're even still around, because, I mean, the people who ate oatmeal raisin predominantly are past. There's just a few people that are still sticking around here eating the oatmeal raisin. But anyway, so yes, very good. Are you going to branch out and do any other flavors?
Yeah. I like to make cakes. I like to bake. I'm a baker. I don't know if you knew this about me.
Baking's tough.
I enjoy it more than cooking for some reason. I like baking like loaf cakes or regular cakes, cookies, things like that. You know why? Because I like to make things for people that I typically don't allow for myself, and I like to watch them eat, because I am a big fan of the mukbangs.
Yes.
I'm a twisted freak, basically.
Yeah. Definitely.
So a good way to get people to eat in front of you is just make them something and like watch them eat it. And I'm like, and I'll chew with you sometimes. That freaks out the boyfriend. I'll be like, I can taste it.
Mind meld. Get away from me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, baking, you have to, you just follow the directions precisely. You can't, I like cooking because you can kind of mess around and, the suggested recipe, you got to do a little more, a little less of something or whatever.
Yeah, cooking is more of a like art, less of a science, whereas baking is pretty much to the book.
It's math.
Yeah, it sure is.
Yeah, cooking's an art. Right. So yeah, we're here on Monday this week, so no show on Wednesday. Radio St. Pete's 1 year anniversary. They're having a benefit concert I'm going to go to before. I'm actually going to a concert after the benefit concert.
I got bad news for you.
Yeah.
So, did you say I saw?
I think I saw. Well, maybe I'm thinking of something else.
Okay. I was talking about you in the car with Chris the other day, and I was like, yeah, Chris has a concert. And then you told me what concert it was. And I was like, I don't even know any of their songs. And we started listening to them in the car.
You don't like it?
Terrible.
Yeah, I'm not surprised about that.
Horrific.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
I thought for some reason that they were like the Killers.
No,
because it's Mr. Brightside, Bright Eyes.
Right.
You've seen Bright Eyes.
Yep.
So I thought that was the band that sang Mr. Brightside, which was Bright Eyes, but I was wrong.
No.
Bright Eyes is sad.
It is.
It's like, is it emo? What is that?
I think it's, so he has Connor Oberst is the main guy. He has a very wide variety of music genre that he's participated in over the years. Acoustic, folk. He's been called the Bob Dylan of his generation. Bob Dylan's kind of one of those artists that are kind of either love him or hate him. Yeah. But obviously he's been very successful. He's more kind of an underground version. He's done a little bit of, sad stuff. Well, no, it's a band. It's three guys, but he's the main guy.
Gotcha.
The main singer, songwriter, and front man for the band. But he's done like electronic albums. He's done, there's a pretty wide spectrum of I actually haven't listened to the past few new albums that he's put out, so I might not even enjoy this concert, but it's probably my like favorite artist. So I'm gonna go in concert.
Favorite? You know what favorite means?
I do. Yeah.
Like you like no other more than this.
Right. Like, are you still listening to music? Like, do you have new music?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
Almost every day.
New music. Like, I like this band.
Where I'm like, wow, I really like this singer. Wow, I really like this DJ. I would say weekly, if not a few times during the week, just because Spotify likes to, throw things at me. I'm like, dang. And then I go and investigate.
And you do like it?
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah. I mean, I can't think of any new music that I guess that's not entirely true, but I'm not really searching for it. I really don't listen to music very often.
That's weird.
Yeah. I'm more of a audio book or podcast person.
Well, here's the thing. Like when I drive, I don't like to listen to podcasts. And when I work out, I don't like to listen to books or podcasts. I like to just rage or cry.
Okay.
Or like,
well, you should listen to Bright Eyes and cry your eyes out.
Well, I don't know. It didn't move me in that way. I feel like maybe you should send me a few songs to listen to.
No.
I'm
sure you got it. I mean, it's not for everybody. I feel like much like I said, Bob Dylan to a lesser degree, you either love him or you hate him. There's not much in between.
I was so confused in the car. I'm like, is this just a bad song? And then I was like, nope, I think this is.
Was it new? Was it new or old? Do you remember the song that you listened to?
I could pull it up. Just to really quickly, if you don't mind, just because I was confused.
Right. While you're doing that, I'd like to remind you that we're not going to be live on Wednesday. Obviously, we're live tonight. And we have a Substack, hmbradio.substack.com. Great way to support the show. I put all the audio only, whole, uncensored show. We do a half an hour on podcast and on Radio St. Pete. And then you can get it on YouTube, okay? I'm not a good businessman, but you have to wait till Sunday. If you subscribe, then you just get the whole shebang right now. So after this I probably won't put this up till Wednesday since normally that's when I do it. But if you're watching live, then awesome. You get the little bonus. What did you find?
First Day of My Life.
Yeah, that's probably his biggest hit, I would say.
Really? Lua?
Lua's a great one. I love that song.
At the Bottom of Everything.
Love it.
It seems to be all from the same album.
Yeah, it sounds like that's from That would be from first. Is it First Day of My Life, the album too?
I don't know. I don't want to click on it. It's gonna start playing, but
I think it is.
yeah. All right. Well, I don't know.
That's
I
a good
feel like I
album.
need to investigate more.
Yeah. No, you don't.
Or just like listen with different, like expect it to be bad and then try to appreciate it for what it is. You know what I mean?
You just don't like it. It's okay. I mean, you don't have to like everything.
No, I know.
But I'm excited.
Yeah. I didn't know if that was your idea or you're being dragged to the concert.
No, it was my idea.
Okay.
Actually, it was my friend Caitlin's, who's also a big fan. And
Caitlin.
so she was like, "You want to go?" And really, I'm like, "No." But then she's like, "I got you a ticket," and I'm like, "All right, I guess I'll go."
Just you and her?
Oh, Julia's gonna go. My lady, my partner, and her partner, husband. I guess she's got a husband.
Yeah, so. Dan.
Yeah. So I was really hoping that there might be some sort of VIP.
Oh yeah.
So you don't have to be in the crowd
among the peasants.
Because I would really prefer that if I'm gonna have to go to I don't want to go to a concert where I have to be like in the middle.
Let me tell you why you need VIP, because you are 40 and you have to make pee probably just as much as I do.
That's right.
And the VIP bathrooms are exponentially better.
Oh yeah.
Than the regular peasant bathrooms.
I will say it's at Janice Live though.
I love Janice.
Janice Live has a pretty good bathroom like amount. There's a plenty of urinals.
Yeah, okay.
So it's not really that bad. They have the divider up, which is good. It's not like a trough situation. You know what a trough is?
Yes. I felt like that was like a relic of the past. I feel like they don't do that anymore.
Yeah, it is. Very few. I know that O'Maddy's in Gulfport still has their trough. So usually I'll go to the place next door to pee.
Do you just like look up? Because you gotta kind of aim, but you don't want to like look at anyone else's. Well,
I know you could just zero in on your.
Oh, when you say a trough, you don't mean like on both sides people pee. It's just on one side.
Yeah, okay, it's just I haven't seen that. Would be crazy if there's people on the other side, like a circle trough. Those probably exist. I bet you that is a thing. No, but the only ones that I've used have been like a one. You're just facing a brick wall.
Well, I was thinking it would be like this. This is the trough, and then both sides people can pee off of it. It's just one.
Oh man, you'd be getting a lot of splashback.
Yeah, that's true. That could get dangerous.
That's probably at like a rodeo or something. They had that like somewhere in the Old West. Yeah, but no, that's troughs are very, very rare. Most places are pretty good and have the dividers, which is always nice. I don't really like just to. I mean, it's the same thing. A trough and just individual urinals are the same as far as privacy goes. You'd have to really get in there, to against the side. But then you run the risk of your meat touching the toilet.
Yeah,
you don't want that.
No,
so you got to stand back a little bit.
Yeah, I used to always envy the way that men urinated because it is so much easier and more convenient. But I do like having just a nice sit down sometimes.
Yeah,
sit down and pee. I'm sure you do that sometimes too.
I do.
Like, shove it between there and just. Pee like a girl.
Well, when you think you got to take a two, it ends up just being like a major fart, and then you're like, well, I'm here already. I might as well. But you feel like less of a man. But it is cleaner. I mean, I'm a clean freak, so I don't want to get any splashback or anything. So I will sit at home. When I'm at somebody else's house, though, I'm not sitting. At home, I'm a sitter, and I'm ashamed. Just so you know, I'm not happy about that. I admitted that. But if I'm at other people's houses or out somewhere, I'm using the urinal.
I mean, I don't think people have the urinals at their houses, right?
They don't. I've never seen one. Yeah. But if I ever get any sort of money where I have a few, like $10,000, I just I don't have anything to do with this, I'm getting a urinal put in.
Is it that much better? It's probably.
I enjoy it.
Okay.
I mean, is it that much better? No.
But you don't have to go up and down with the seat.
The best is going outside. That's a really great feeling. You've never made bathroom outside?
Oh, yeah.
One or two? Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you said that's what I hear.
Well, I meant I don't do it on the regular. But one time, this was probably my favorite time going to the bathroom. I was at Honeymoon Island with Chris.
Yeah. Great place.
This was
beautiful.
Pre-hurricane. So half the island was still there. And we were walking on the remote part of this island. You can't see anybody possibly for miles in either direction. And I was like, I have to pee. And I was gonna go in the water, but peeing in the water makes me nervous because I don't want to get eaten by a shark. So I just peed on myself and then washed off.
What? What?
I was wearing shorts, like athletic shorts, and I just like
cotton shorts?
like it's their like running shorts, but they have the spandex on underneath. Like attached.
Yeah.
Not cotton.
So they're not the ones that are made necessarily wet or dry. They're supposed to be dry.
They're supposed to be dry.
And you just went to the bathroom in
I
those?
literally was like, look, I'm peeing on dry land, like on the sand, just peeing on myself down my leg. And then he's like, you're effing gross.
Oh my
And then I
God.
like ran in the water for a second and then just,
That's not, by the way, a second is not enough. You need to really soak that
I
thing
definitely didn't fully
and
submerge.
move it around.
But
Dude, that is vile. That is really bad.
It was so freeing.
Did anybody see you? Like, was there
There
just
were black shorts, so
Yeah, but there's like liquid coming down.
I know, but I'm near the water. Like it could conceivably be seawater on my leg, but it was urine. So
you were afraid that I don't think that urine has been known to attract sharks or predators from the ocean or anywhere really.
Not all of my fears are rational.
Yeah. Okay.
So
fair enough.
I'm not a big fan of aquatic life in general. Fish, sharks, crabs, scramps, whatever. I don't like them. So I try to stay out of the water. So I just peed on myself in dry land and then did a little, French shower, and then I was good to go.
French shower.
I don't know if they.
I'm with you. I'm with you as far as wildlife and what it's meant to do.
Getting a phone call.
Yeah, I'm getting a phone call. So make sure it's not work. Anyway, yeah, I'm not really nuts about nature as far as wildlife goes. So I typically I'll get in a little bit, but not like a full tilt swim. Don't ask me to swim to the buoy.
No,
I'm not going to do that.
Which is funny because both of our partners are like,
they love it.
They love the water. They're like little fishies.
Yeah. In fact, last time we were at the beach, they both went off and swam and found conch shells.
Do you remember when we're like, where'd they go? And we're like, there they are. And then those two people started making out.
Oh, yeah.
We're like, oh, I hope that's not them.
That can't be them. Yeah.
We're just on dry land.
Yeah.
Like a bunch of plebs.
That's tough.
That's funny.
But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so yeah, I don't really swim in the water, but that is nuts. If I did have to go, I would just go and get in the water and pee.
Yeah,
that's
usually the
too,
plan. And if other people were around, I would have done that. But I do have a Girl Scouts story for you.
Real quick, bathroom stuff.
Yes,
something just came into my head. You ever been camping?
Not properly.
Okay, so I went and did some camping action 10 years ago or so. It was just like a drinking festival where we just got hammered.
Bonnaroo?
No, just at a park in Orlando. Like we had to canoe to it and then set up camp and stayed out and sat in the river and stuff. It was fun, but it got, obviously you just get wasted. And then I remember in the morning, I was like, well, hopefully I don't have to go poo. My plan was just to hold it.
You can do that.
I thought I could. It turned out that I could not. So the next day I had to go out there and I'm looking for a place. Like, what do? You got to dig a hole. So I'm looking I don't want to do it near the campsite. So I kind of went in this back and found this little open area and dug a hole, squatted in it, did my thing. And as I was pulling my pants up, a family of 4, I was on the hiking trail. Thank God. The Lord was looking out for me that day. Because as I was just pulling up my pants and getting my stuff back in my pants, the family came walking and I was just kind of like, oh, beautiful day. And then went back. That was horrifying. Number 2s are not great. Number 1s are great outside. Number 2s, no thanks. Garrett, thank you. Or Garrett, sorry. Been known to eliminate athlete's foot, Anna, if you pee on yourself or pee in general.
Oh, is this like the not the stingray? Was it the jellyfish sting?
It'll do that too, yeah.
Yeah, well, I didn't have any stings or injuries. I just, was feeling free. The Girl Scout cookies.
Yeah, tell me about it. By the way, went to Publix yesterday. Went in through noticed a lot of people going in. I think this is a militant troop, the one that I'm dealing with at Publix, because I noticed a lot of people going in through the exit, and they were there yesterday. But sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. I see them on my way in. A very passive group of young girls. So I see them and I was like, oh, I know I'm going to say something. So my whole time at Publix, like a good 10 minutes, I'm rehearsing what I'm going to say to them. When they come up to me and they're just like, hey, want to buy some cookies? I'm going to be like, I heard those have lead in them. Is that true? Like I was going to say all this. I'm like looking up what was in it, the BPAs, BPPs, whatever. I walk out, like my heart starts to pick up because I'm like, I'm ready for confrontation. I walk right by them. I look at them. They look at me. They smile. They don't say a word. They knew I was ready to.
It's because you're like
engage.
fit.
You think that's why?
Yeah, they're like, this lady don't want cookies. She eats like oatmeal raisin, and we don't have those.
She eats dry oatmeal raisin cookies.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird. This little like 8-year-old like looked me straight in my eyes and she just smiled. She's like, not you. Not today. And I was like, I wanted to say something. I'm like, you can't engage if they don't engage you. So I just kept walking.
You could have.
That would have been
if you would have accosted, put a cell phone in their face and recorded it. Please do that, by the way, if you ever do, so we could put it on the YouTube, because I think that would be fun. That would get some views, some clicks.
I don't know. I'm not in the market of filming 8-year-olds, but you're allowed to. I'm just saying it's a weird flex and I don't want to partake. But so I rehearsed all that for nothing, which sucks.
Well, you still have time. I don't know how long, the Girl Scouts are going to be out there. Hopefully not too much longer. But
do you think they were really profiling me because I'm like in amazing shape?
You're probably just shy. Or they were shy, I mean.
Oh.
And, that just happened that we have a really aggressive troop. That they're not shy. And they want to win whatever, they'll win for selling the most cookies.
Yeah. I wonder how mad they are at Joe Rogan for blowing up their spot.
Somebody commented on that video. I put it up as a short, and they were kind of mad. They were like, this has been debunked. I was like, okay, I guess I'll take your word for it. You can't just say that. You can't just go, that's been debunked. You got to provide a link or something.
Yeah.
I guess I'll take your word for it. It's debunked. Sorry. No,
not happening.
813-693-2124 is the voice and text line. thehomemadebroadcast@gmail.com. By the way, I got stickers here. I sent many of them out, but I haven't brought them up in a while. Anna wrote on the back of them, so you can get these boys.
You got 2 as well.
Yep, I will.
Okay.
I will. So if you want some of those, just email me or text me or something. Send me your address. I'll send them out for free. Did you watch the Oscars last night? The Oscars were last night.
This is a weird thing that I did. They were on. It was on mute. I never turned the volume up or really watched it. I was on my computer the whole time. But so I'm going to say no, I didn't.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Okay. I didn't either.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was on. But I did see that the winners and losers, surprises and snubs. So I thought, let's go over this because I don't know. I have a feeling I know very little. Usually the Oscars are more like artsy fartsy movies, right? But didn't like Black Panther win an Oscar a few years ago too?
No idea.
I think it was nominated. I don't know if it won.
No idea. I'm not really a film person, and I feel like no one goes to the movies anymore. And I also never know what movies are out because I used to always watch the trailers when I was a kid, like on TV, like it would be part of the commercials.
Right.
This movie's coming out. And then once you stop watching cable news or cable TV, you don't know what's out anymore unless you're actively looking for it.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't remember the last movie I saw in theaters. I don't even know. What's the last movie you saw in theaters?
I think it may have been a date.
Circa
2019.
Which movie? Do you remember?
It was based in Tampa.
Oh.
But I don't remember. And I think
was it Bryan Cranston?
I don't know. Okay. John Leguizamo, I think, was in it. It was like Excelsior. It was some name like that.
Okay. All right.
But
I think I saw that.
it was also the last time I saw that person, which I think that you met once.
Okay.
Do you
I'll
know
take
what
your
I'm
word.
referring
Nope.
about? Who?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Gross. No thanks.
Honora was the big winner tonight. No idea what that is.
Big fan of this movie. Found out about it this morning. It's a stripper love movie, love story.
A stripper love story.
Yeah. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, I get why people watched it and why it won so many awards. Everyone loves a good stripper love story. Think about come on, Julie Roberts,
Pretty Woman.
Pretty Woman. Thank you.
Well, she was a lady of the night.
Prostitute, stripper, same, tomato. They do both.
You were talking about this movie when you got in here because you were fascinated with the lead actress.
I sure was.
I'm trying to find a good picture of her. And what do you like about her?
She's a Jew.
But you didn't know that.
No, I was like, oh, this beautiful Korean actress. Let me look her up. And I'm like, her last name's like Roseberg. I was like, what? Then I looked up. She's from LA. She's a Jew. She has a twin brother who has bright red hair and kind of looks like Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, she's kind of got dark hair. She doesn't really look Asian to me.
She does, though.
She doesn't look
Asian.
Slovenian or something.
If anything, she looks like Siberian Mongolian, but I don't know. She looks Asian to me.
Yeah, she might have some of that. I guess I could see it.
But I was very confused
fair.
and perplexed. Yeah, she's very fair.
She's very fair.
Pretty girl.
Yeah. Trying to see what other stuff there was. Final win totals. Honora won 5. The Brutalist won 3. I don't know what that is. Do you know that?
No.
Dune Part 2. I know what that is. Have not seen it. That
Never
one
seen
too.
Part 1.
Amelia Perez was the one with the like transsexual gangster.
What?
You're not familiar with this? I think that
was the money funded by USAID.
It very well could have been. Yeah.
It was an NGO turned film.
Yeah, Spanish language French musical crime comedy film written and directed by Jacques Audiard. Is this the one I'm thinking of? It's gotta be.
Dude.
I can't play trailers.
No idea.
But I think the plot is she's Rita Castro is a struggling attorney in Mexico City, prominent media figure's wife, blah, 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 blah. This is too long.
It's too much. The plot is too long.
But the main character
is
a trans woman, which
is
I
she
believe
playing
means
a trans woman, or is she just
actually
a woman?
is. She's both. Playing originally male to female in both life and the movie.
Okay.
Pretty sure this is the one. So it was, obviously going to get some buzz.
Is Selena Gomez in this?
Yes, I believe so.
Ooh. Oh, is this what Zoe Saldana won and was like crying over?
Yeah.
She's not a man.
No, not her. I think it's that one.
Yeah, okay.
Carla Sofia Gascon.
That shakes out.
So the funny thing about this movie is this trans woman or woman, whatever. I don't know what
you have to say it.
I don't know this man who's a lady.
This woman with balls.
I don't know. I don't know. May have went full tilt and got him removed. I don't know. I'm just saying it's YouTube. I don't know.
Yeah.
But this actress is like based. Let's say
way?
Yeah, let's say
it's like the Caitlyn Jenner.
Kind of. Yeah. She said some pretty offensive things about I can't remember, pretty much everybody.
That's awesome.
Like regarding George Floyd and stuff like that. So
this isn't the one we wanted.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Oh, good for her.
Yes.
Good for everyone.
Oh, that was since they're on your team, you're going with
her. Hell yeah. Now I can respect your pronouns if you're based for sure.
Because I think it's so hard to the person playing the role was kind of the favorite because it's Hollywood and they wanted the transgender actress to win Best Actress, right?
And she
does that make sense? No, because they found her tweets about George Floyd and stuff. Because she was the kind of the favorite, and then all of a sudden they found a tweet,
and she's like Latina.
Yeah.
And
it's too bad.
And then the Jew won. Ha ha.
Yeah.
My girl won. I'm watching that
The
tonight.
Asian
by the way.
Jew.
Yeah, Nora, I'm watching that tonight. Got me.
Well, let me know how it is.
version. Yeah, hell yeah.
So we're gonna say goodbye to Radio St. Pete
What up,
now.
Brian from Philly?
And yeah, goodbye Radio St. Pete.
Sorry.
Goodbye to Pets Okay. Goodbye to podcast listeners. hmbradio.substack.com is where to get the Substack. That's a good way to really support the show as we kind of build up over there. We'll be doing more things over there. You can sign up for free, so I'd encourage you to please do that. hmbradio.substack.com. And stick around. We're going to do an extra half an hour. You can get it at willsyoutube.com, obviously the Substack, and we'll talk to you next week. All right. Now we can, Brian, what's on a Hummel, he says. There we go.
So.
Not me. That's all right. That's hurtful.
I didn't know that about Jewish Korean women.
What about them?
I believe we have a comment.
Elliot Page?
No, up there.
Jewish Korean women love backdoor action. Is that right?
I didn't know that.
I did not know
Learn
that
something new
either.
every day. Thanks, Thomas.
Good to know. So the other winners, I don't know any of these. Okay, Wicked, I know.
Is huge.
I know
no
that.
interest in seeing that. Hate musical theater.
Yeah, me too. Any musical, I'm out. Conclave, nope. Don't know it. Flow, no. I'm Not a Robot, no. I'm Still Here, no. In the Shadow of Cypress, no. No Other Land, no.
That was the one you sent me.
No Other Land. Oh, that's the one,
Yeah.
the propaganda documentary.
Yeah.
That was crazy because I saw that one. Was that the one that the BBC admitted was propaganda?
Oh, I have no idea. I didn't even know about this film at all until you sent me that screenshot of the tweet.
Yeah.
Something.
I saw this tweet. Oh, that post has been deleted. I wonder if it was fake.
You think it was fake?
I don't want to say it now if it's
All
not
right.
real. No Other Land. Okay, so that was the Palestinian documentary, one for best documentary. The Only Girl in the Orchestra won.
Yeah.
Nope. A Real Pain won. And The Substance won. Oscar. So I've heard of Dune Part 2, Amelia Perez, I have heard of because it was, the controversy, and Wicked. So 3 out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
I know one.
Not good. And you only know one, which is Wicked.
As of before the Oscars.
Yeah.
So, yeah, one, just Wicked.
Wow.
Which I really don't.
It was Conan, right? He was the host.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm kind of interested in Honora now.
Yeah.
Let me know how it is at 1-5.
Yeah, I was actually, because when I go into something, start researching, I go all in, balls deep. So I was watching like clips from the movie, and I'm like, dang, this is good. Acting was great. I'm very excited about it.
The Brutalist was
Adrian Brody.
He won, I think.
Is it a Holocaust movie?
It is.
Is it really?
Yes.
I've never had someone where that's like their bread and butter. Like, if you're making a Holocaust movie,
I know
Adrian Brody.
I know a guy.
Pianist. I think there was another one that he was in.
Yeah.
And then this one.
Oh yeah. Well, maybe I'll watch that too. I mean, that might be interesting.
I've taken like a newfound interest in World War II again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because like it was growing up, it was like always on, History Channel because it's the war, that I just got sick of hearing about it, and then I didn't research it or really like watch any documentaries for 15 years, and now I'm back.
It is a fascinating time.
Sure is.
Yeah.
And I'm also reading a 500-page book about the Bushes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, actually this book was recommended, not to me personally, but Tim Dillon talked about how this book really pivoted his way of thinking.
Mm-hmm.
And so I bought it and never read it.
By?
Russ Baker.
Okay. I don't know if I've
Family
heard
of Secrets. And it goes deep into the Bush dynasty and the secrets and how the Bushes have been involved in intelligence for generations.
Yeah, Prescott Bush and George they were both CIA, right?
Well, Prescott, this is like pre-CIA. We had the OSS, I believe.
Okay.
But yeah, he was involved because Skull and Bones and the investment banking firm that he was working with were all with the intelligence. And it's great. It's a great book so far. So I'm excited to read the rest of it.
Yeah. Maybe I'll get an audiobook. So there was this too. I didn't even know this existed. Florida Man Games. Have you heard of this?
No. Human
It's the
beer
second
pong?
one. Yeah. Florida Man Games are back for round 2 as teams from around the state gather to prove that they have what it takes to join the ranks of the world's worst superhero. Following the success of last year's inaugural Florida Man Games in downtown St. Augustine, beautiful place.
Oh, I might be going there in a month.
Really, it's
See my
pretty
mommy.
awesome. Organizers have moved Saturday's event a few miles away to St. Johns County Fairgrounds. They're expected to have room for more spectators and tailgating. So here's a guy on a lawnmower. I'm assuming it's some sort of lawnmower race, I would assume. The games are hosted by Florida comedians Josh Wicks Robinson and Kevin Flynn. Is that the guy Wicks, the black dude who does the YouTube video or the TikToks? Yeah, that's him.
No idea.
Yeah, that guy.
Oh.
You know that guy? You definitely
I've seen him.
You've definitely seen him in other things.
Mm.
Instagram, whatever. So that's cool. I thought this article was going to have more information, but
not so much.
Maybe it does. Oh, yeah. 10 teams from around the state from Fort Myers to Pensacola were competing. Last year's winner, Hanky Spanky from St. Augustine, were returned to defend their Snakeskin Championship belt. Also competing this year was the all-female team called the Ball Busters. Okay.
When is this again? Because I may be there for this.
I don't know if it already happened or if it's happening.
Okay, I hope it already happened.
Well, let's just look up the website. You have the power.
Yeah.
Google. They must have a website, right? Florida Man Games 2025.
Yeah. When this be? March 1st. I saw a date.
March 1st. Oh, it already happened.
Oh, perfect. It's out of the way.
Bummer.
Yeah.
You didn't want to go?
No, my mother's actually coming into town to St. Augustine, so I think I'm gonna go up and see her.
Yeah.
Yes, because that's what you do when your parents travel across the country.
She didn't express any interest in coming down to see you.
Well, she told me that she was gonna go. I thought that they were gonna go from St. Augustine and like go up to Savannah and stuff. That was the original plan, but it just sounds like they're just sticking around St. Augustine. So I'm sure she would make a day trip out to see me, but I don't know. It's kind of a lot. She invited me and the boyfriend to stay with her and her husband for a day or two. So I think we'll do that. Oh, also other news. I'm going to Portland, Oregon.
Oh, good. Why?
Yeah. So this is actually very, very sweet. My cousin, my closest cousin, is turning 40. And
old dickhead.
Yeah. And he was like, let me fly you out. I would love to spend this with you. And I'll tell you why. Because when he turned 21, 20 years ago, I took a Greyhound bus from UC Santa Barbara all the way to Sonoma State. And if you know anything about California, that's probably like, I don't know, 8 hours, 7 hours. And I took my little 18-year-old ass on a bus and drove all the way up there and spent his 21st with him and got blacked out. There were chickens. He lived like in a co-op. It was crunchy.
Co-op.
Yeah, he was he is crunchy. Okay, he's like an environmental consultant for Nike. Like he's a bigwig now, but
so he makes money doing green. He's one of the few people that
he made it. He actually made it. Up until a few years ago, he was just like selling cheese. I'm not kidding. He was like selling cheese at like flea markets. He makes
his own cheese.
I don't know. I thought he was selling cheese.
Resale cheese guy. Okay.
He just buys crafts and repackages, resells it. No, but he did a lot of work with like chickens. He's like big into compost. Like although one time I saw him when he was blacked out, and he had like a plastic bottle and he was just like, fuck it. And he like threw it in the trash. I'm like, no, you're going to regret this tomorrow. You didn't even recycle. But for my 21st, so we're 2 years apart. For my 21st, he came down from like San Francisco area. You okay?
Yeah, I just hit my knee.
Shame. That hurts.
That hurt.
And came down to Santa Barbara and got trashed with me. And here we are almost 20 years later where
recreating.
Yes. So he's flying me out. I'm very excited to see him. I haven't seen him probably in about 7 years.
Cool.
I've yet to meet both of his children.
Oh, wow.
So I haven't met his children. I have been told that his son, which is the older child, he's probably 4, hates Asians.
Why?
It's so
That's
funny.
interesting.
Yeah. So he seems to get along with most people, but he's out to get. So my cousin's father remarried a Korean woman. Name's
Oh,
Kathy.
yeah.
And they're like, little Stevie, whatever. That's not his name, but whatever. Stevie, like, come say hi to Grandma Kathy. And he was like super nice to everybody. And then Aunt Kathy came over and he had his little like bike and he just like rammed into her.
Oh,
Okay. She fell over because she's in her 70s.
Oh,
he got
no.
off his bike and then he stomped on her.
Oh my God.
And he's just shown a lot of aggression towards Asians, which is hilarious because his parents like met at like a BLM rally.
Yeah.
So they're very, they
Right.
would not be teaching him that sort of thing.
Maybe this is a reincarnation kind of deal. He was like in the Korean War or something, and then got reincarnated as this little boy.
Yeah.
Still
yeah.
holding on to a grudge.
Yeah. So my cousin was telling me about this, and I like could not stop laughing because I'm like, that's the funniest thing I've ever heard. And with me, my cousin can kind of let loose a little bit, which is nice because he seems real, wound up tight, doesn't want to make any jokes.
Right.
And then I just dropped the first, blank bomb, and then we're off to the races. So he was keen to share that with me.
It is funny how there's a lot of people in those demographics that vote a certain way and have to, behave a certain way around their peer group. But then when they get around people who aren't like that, rarely, because they're kind of, especially in Portland, I would assume you're kind of stuck with those people. But then when they kind of get out, they're normal and say things that are a little offensive, but funny, but could potentially obviously be taken as offensive.
Right. And it's funny because in his circles, he has to pretend like he doesn't see reality. Whereas with me, if we make a joke about people that live in the hood, like if I make a reference, I know what I'm talking about. He knows what I'm talking about. We both laugh. It's not like he's like, I don't understand. What do you mean? There's no patterns or stereotypes. He's like, I get it. I'm like, I get it too.
Yeah.
So
it's fun. I think everybody gets it. They just can't admit it. That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, cool. When are you doing? When are you doing
2.5 weeks from now?
Okay.
Yeah. So it's coming up, but it won't interfere with the podcast at all. So
nice.
That's good, but very excited to. I don't think we're going to be able to rage quite like we once did. I don't think there's going to be an ice luge this time around.
Why not?
Just because I think they're expensive. And they're kind of dumb. Like they're cool, but they melt. You know what I mean? Like you only got a few hours with them. Did you ever do an ice luge? Like a shot down an ice luge?
I think so. I must have at some point.
It's fun. It's fun.
And everybody just puts their mouth on it.
Yeah, it's nasty.
Yeah.
And for some reason I never got sick.
Yeah. Why did you jump in whiskey down there or whatever?
Yeah, that's true.
Make everything
clean it up. Good. Yeah.
Yeah, at least good enough.
Did you hear that Casey Anthony is back on the scene?
I did. I saw you posted that. Tell me about it.
Well, I think she's coming out as an advocate to oppose Trump.
Oh.
Which is, I see it more as like a right-wing kind of like Tommy Lahren type.
Why? Because she murdered her child allegedly and got away with it?
No, actually, no. You want me to tell you why? Because she's hot.
Oh.
Because she's an attractive woman. Do we know any attractive, like liberals in the media besides Anna Kasparian? And she's gone.
Oh.
Not really. Rachel Maddow, Joy Reid,
I find
Joey Behar.
I find Caitlin Collins. Well, she would probably argue that she is not. Anyway, she's a reporter.
She reminds me of like an osprey.
Yeah, she's got a weird face.
Like a bird of prey.
She does kind of have a funky face. I kind of like it though. Only ugly can be beautiful, Anna.
I don't know why. She just reminds me of like an eagle or a hawk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, look at her there. That's a good pick. Hold on, let me pull this up. Share this tab instead. Caitlin Collins from CNN. She's the brunette on the right. You don't think so? I mean, she looks
compared
pretty
to
good
like
to me.
Megyn Kelly, Tommy Lahren.
They're not so great. She's kind of got a sharp nose, sharp
chin,
like like lips.
Oh, like
too. Like look how they like go to a point there.
Yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't like open her mouth.
Which is weird because like she's got the dark hair, blue eyes. Like she should be pretty by all accounts. Does that make sense? When you're like, you should be attractive, but there's just something off about you.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of CNN, MSNBC chicks that I'd probably think are hot, but they would probably argue that they're not like a left-wing media personality. They would just argue that they're journalists, but they don't lean left or right. Obviously, that's not true.
Sure.
So yeah, I'm trying to think of like a influencer type. I guess you mean more like, right?
Yeah, someone who represents the left that's like kind of hot outside of Hollywood. I can't name a single one that's attractive.
Yeah, the ones that are online.
Casey Anthony is hot. Can you pull up a picture of her?
Yeah.
Okay. She's still really pretty.
I mean, that's pretty good.
Does she have blue eyes this whole time?
Yeah, like blue-green.
I thought they were like brown, but she's really attractive.
I mean, I definitely would. And, you know, and this is her without makeup or anything too. So I mean, she's pretty hot.
She's had
and if she put makeup on, she'd be a smoker.
And no shade at all, because I want to get some done as well. She has a lot of Botox.
Really?
Yes.
How do you know?
Look how smooth her skin is.
Yeah, she's pretty old now.
Right? A year older than me or something.
Yeah.
Or 2 years older than me. So she's probably in her 40s.
I would say that's probably
41
right,
maybe. And I mean, I got more wrinkles on my face, so she's definitely getting some Botox, but she looks great.
She's rebranding herself as a legal advocate for women and LGBTQ people.
What about the little woman she killed?
Because she was acquitted. She's innocent.
I know.
And it's all because she doesn't like President Trump. She said this is probably many recordings on a series I am starting. They said in a TikTok video on Saturday, I'm a legal advocate. I'm a researcher. I've been in the legal field since 2011. And in this capacity, I feel that it's necessary, if I'm going to continue to operate appropriately as a legal advocate, that I start to advocate for myself and also advocate for my daughter. Probably just let that one go.
Two questions. Number one, what is a legal advocate? Does that mean you're a lawyer?
Advocating for law.
What is your job? What do you say? I'm a legal advocate.
She believes in the law.
I mean, I believe in the law. Am I a legal advocate?
Yeah, I don't really know what that means.
And secondly, did she have any other kids afterwards? I feel like
I think she might have.
Did.
Let's look it up.
Which, talk about bad luck if that's your mommy.
Are you using AI yet to ask questions, or are you just Google?
No. AI lives in my house though all the time.
I'm using Grok a lot.
I don't really know what that means.
It's Twitter's AI.
Okay. It generates what?
Does not have any additional children beyond Kaylee.
Okay.
Who passed away in 2008.
Who was ruthlessly murdered.
Who was brutally passed away in 2008. Okay, so good. She doesn't have any more kids.
All right, thank God.
At least that's good. For those of you who don't know, my name is Casey Anthony. She continued my daughter Kaylee Anthony, my parents, Georgia. Yeah. It's not about them. This is not in response to anything that I have done. The whole point is to reintroduce myself. You should start new. Like, maybe don't mention that you were in this. Like,
we know who you are, bitch.
Just be the hot influencer that's anti-Trump. Because the market needs it. You're right. Because there really aren't many.
Yeah, and I don't know. I feel like she'd look so good in a MAGA hat. She doesn't look like a liberal because she's too hot.
Too smoky.
You know why? Because hot women aren't complaining about being objectified. They want it. They like it. They like the great treatment they get from men for being attractive. The ones who don't want to be objectified or complain about it are the ones who aren't. It's very ironic.
It is.
The ones who are never getting attention from like hot straight men are the ones bitching about being objectified. No one wants to see you nude. So relax.
Yeah. I mean, I'd probably take a peek, but I think there's even the freak shows. Yeah. I still want to see in fact, I sent you the lady. I don't know if we talked about it here, but the lady who got the Uber and the Uber said you're too fat to be in the car.
It was Lyft,
whatever. Yeah, sorry, Uber. You would have taken her. Dank DeMoss and she's a rapper, I guess, in Detroit. So I saw that. It's just a tweet. Like, it's hard to know what's real or not, but supposedly it said that she's making like 6 figures or millions on her OnlyFans, and she's a complete mess.
Because people like me are subscribing.
But that's what I'm wondering, like, who is subscribing to that? I wouldn't subscribe to it, but I gotta be honest, I would like to see it just to be like, wow, that's something.
Never subscribed to OnlyFans. Do you get like 30 days free?
I've never subscribed to one either.
Because I'm not kidding. I will subscribe to that so we can see some.
I tried to find it.
Puss.
I tried to find it. I want to see.
Because
let me at
this
least
is
get
my
a,
type of girl.
Okay, here's she. She doesn't look that bad there.
What?
I thought she was worse.
What? That's what you sent me.
Yeah, I haven't seen it on a big screen. Here, I'm pulling it up.
You thought it would be worse?
I thought it would be worse. She's got front butt. She's got like a butt in the front.
Can you hear what she's saying?
I don't want to.
Well,
should I?
Yeah, because she's a two booty shody.
Oh, so
that's what she says. She's acknowledging that fact. Okay.
Does she cuss? Oh,
I don't think so.
Two booty shorty. Two booty shorty.
I want to know who has like the meat for that. What man has that sort of meat that can really get in there?
I think at a certain point you just gotta punch it.
I know, but I know that when you're laying down,
no, I mean, literally like you just penetrate it with your.
Oh,
you know
yeah,
what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
Because you don't have to necessarily have sex.
Sure.
I don't know how you'd have sex with that.
I don't need. That's what I'm saying. Like, even if you're, working with a 12-inch bat or something, I feel like, look at her legs.
Let's talk about all the positions she can't do. Missionary would probably be a bit difficult because the belly.
Yeah. Things do kind of, maybe what you do is like you get on an inversion table.
There
and
you
then
go.
Just she leans back. Of course, now she's going to be smothered by her own girth.
Right.
But,
we can't be doing girl on top. That's dangerous.
That might be the only. Well, I don't know.
Doesn't doggy, seem like it would work. Perhaps if you're working with a big tool, and maybe
are we talking the front or the back booty on the two booty shorty?
Doggy style. So she's on her knees, wherever they may be hiding.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough.
And you have to have probably like two people, one on each side, grabbing like a cheek and kind of like spreading it open.
Oh, you're gonna need assistance. What you're saying?
Yeah, maybe you could get it in that way.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of any other positions that might be available to this woman. That's really all that I can think of.
Yeah, it's it is something, but I got to be honest. Like I said, just as a morbid curiosity, I would like to see her nude, completely nude.
Yeah, I think I might have looked that up tonight. Actually, just like giant chicks.
Well, let me know what you find. If you find any pics, I haven't found any. Twitter's usually a good place to look. I really haven't found much of any. Oh no. Did everybody see that? Oh yeah, she fell.
That was great. Wow. Was that her?
She's pretty spry.
That's her.
I think DeMoss falls backwards at showcase.
Now, I wish they would keep the camera rolling because her getting up is really what I want to see. Yo, got it.
Whoa,
man, those knees are screaming.
Yeah.
How much do you think she weighs?
I think it's like close to 400.
I would say more.
There she is getting at a.
Yeah, that's probably like 420, 30.
Yeah.
All day.
There's a video.
Oh.
I'm turn that down. But I think the dog gets up in there. Yeah. Yeah. He's wondering the same thing. He's like, who has the meat for this?
Look at that leg. Look at that turkey leg. Man. Just
take a bite out of that, boy.
She has like fat calves.
Yeah.
She has rolls on her calves.
Yeah.
God, I'm so impressed by her. Isn't it incredible what the human body is capable of?
Really is.
You know what I mean? Like,
it can do a lot of crazy stuff.
If you stuff so many calories in it will hold them ready for you to use at any given famine. It's incredible.
It is impressive. It is impressive. So Casey Anthony is fighting against Donald Trump, right?
Mm-hmm. As a proponent for the LGBTQ community and women's
for a
rights.
legal community and women's rights, legal community.
When she says "our," does that mean that is she swinging both ways?
So I did see she seems to have some sort of rainbow tattoo right here. If you notice, that's what I thought it was.
I think you might be right.
I don't know. I mean, she was a party girl back in the day. I could
should
see
do
her
an OF.
being. I could see her,
Only
you know, doing whatever
Mhm.
she needs to do. So good. I'm glad they're gonna have a hot like pundit, the new Tommy Loren for the left, Casey Anthony. I love it.
Maybe not who they wanted, but this is who they got. This is
It's
who they deserve.
That's
Yep.
right.
Amen.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I did see Doge is still going through making its cuts. People are very upset about it or happy about it, depending on, what side of the spectrum you're on, I guess. But there's a proposal now that Trump is considering an idea to return 20% of the Doge savings to the taxpayers. That sounds pretty good.
Mhm.
We're talking 5 G's a check.
That'd be nice.
He's taken some of the savings that Elon Musk government efficiency push and returns to taxpayers, but that doesn't mean you should expect a check in the mail anytime soon. You know when this check might be issued? Just before the next election.
Maybe.
That would be smart if it was like October of when's the next election? 2027, 28?
Yeah. When JD Vance is running for office.
Yeah. The Doge dividend.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, 20%. I mean, that'd be pretty. I could use that.
Yeah.
That would be nice. What you're not upset about the Doge thing?
No, God, no. Find out more. And here's the thing: people are like, "Oh, this vet is losing his job." A lot of those stories. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to say they're going to get 100% of it right, but if they get rid of a lot of fraud and corruption, I'm cool with that.
It seems like a good thing. I could understand I think you brought it up last week, like if you're an employee, you might be like, oh, crap.
Yeah, of
I'm
course.
going to get fired from this cushy job that I have.
Yeah, that super sucks, but it is what it is. It's better for the country for you to go.
They've claimed that they've saved an estimated $65 billion so far, citing a combination of fraud detection and canceled contract workforce reductions and other alleged cost-cutting measures. However, several analysis and I'm tired.
That's okay.
What's that word?
Analyses.
Thank you. I've cast doubt on Doge's numbers, identifying the errors that caused savings to be vastly overstated. A New York Times report found that the single biggest line item on Doge was off by about $8 billion. How do they know?
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows when
anything.
The numbers are that big.
It's been debunked, Will.
Yeah.
It's been debunked. By whom? It doesn't matter.
So 8 billion. So if it's off by 8 billion, we're still talking what, 57 billion in savings. That's still pretty good.
Or could it be off in the other direction?
Yeah. Yeah.
Who knows?
I think it's just shut it down.
Yeah.
Into what's his name? John Taffer, the bar guy. Shut it down.
I don't know.
Bar rescue. Shut it down.
I've heard
just
the
yells
show.
That. That's his show.
But
shut it down.
Shut it down.
The whole government.
Shut it down.
Shut it down. What else we got? There was a few other things I had for this week.
Did you say Gen Z is more prone?
Yes.
To marriage than their parents? Did you?
I did
you
see
post
that?
Or did I post that?
I think you posted it. Where is that? Gen Z more pro marriage. Yeah. Share this tab instead.
I thought. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to ask, what do you think that is?
Well, I read the article, and it was kind of a sad article. They're like, it's not that Gen Z is more like trad values and romance. It's because life is so hard and so unaffordable that the best way to get through it is while you're married.
You get a tax break if you're married. Yeah.
That, and also like, instead of living in an apartment and paying for it yourself, you get married and then you split it between the two of you.
I mean, you could do that with a roommate too, but yeah, I get it.
You could. Yeah.
You don't get the tax break though.
You don't get the tax break. No. But I also think if you were to ask me before reading this article, well, also like you share groceries and stuff, but then you have to buy more groceries, I suppose. But I was thinking that before I read the article that Gen Z, like any group of young people, what is characteristic of young people is for them to rebel against the generation before them. Right?
Yeah, right.
So if the generation before them is super liberal and we don't give it, excuse me, we don't care about marriage, or we don't care about traditional values, then they would, rebel against that and become more conservative and traditional, which, I don't think they necessarily are. I also think that, what did it say in the article that they think it said that they're in less relationships, even though when you ask them about marriage, they're more inclined to think marriage is a good idea.
Yeah.
I think they're all autistic. So I
Yeah.
think it's a lot harder for them to date and have even casual sex. I've heard that the casual
heard that
sex
too.
numbers have dropped dramatically with Gen Z. And I would argue that because they've all been raised on a computer, they don't know how to have human to human interaction
online.
properly.
Everything's online.
So they just stay at home.
Yeah. Getting married online, getting married on Roblox.
Yeah.
And then you just hang out and, do a LAN party with your wife.
Right.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, we'd love to hear your comments. You can always comment below. You can send me emails, thehomemadebroadcast@gmail.com. Anna can be reached there as well. And of course, the text line 813-693-2124. Go subscribe to the Substack. It's free. And willsyoutube.com. Subscribe on Rumble, Facebook, and YouTube. All of them. I'd really appreciate it if you did that. It really helps. And we will talk to you all soon. I don't know. Maybe we'll hop on some other time during the week. I don't know. We did on Friday. We did a bonus video.
Yeah.
So we've been hopping on periodically from time to time. So hopefully you'll join us over there. Have a great week.
Enjoy your bright eyes.
I will. I'll see you on Wednesday.
Bye, guys.
See ya. Bye.